What's up, everybody? Welcome to Sunny in the Belt, a pick'em betting podcast for Sunbelt Sports. My name's Jacob,
My name is Jordan.
and today we're going to share with you our picks for Thursday night, which is going to be February the 3rd. Our picks for the Sunbelt basketball games going on. Jordan and I have been following Sunbelt sports, football, baseball, basketball for the past 7 years. And with sports betting going live, or at least I should say mobile betting going live in the state of Louisiana, we thought, why not use our expertise on Sunbelt sports and share our picks with you? Jordan, you got anything to add?
Yeah, man, it's a real sort of exciting time. A little background for me and Jacob. We both are very familiar with the Sun Belt Conference. We both graduated from the University of Louisiana some time ago, it seems, back in 2019. And we've always followed Sun Belt sports, ranging from football to baseball to basketball. And with like what Jacob was saying, sports betting, mobile, online just went legal in Louisiana. So we figured, why not create a market for Sunbelt sports and give our picks, and who knows, we may be able to help some people out or not. We could completely give you some bad picks, but we're going to see how that goes. I'm excited for this podcast to start. It's a new sort of a new thing that we're trying out here, and we're going to have some fun with it.
Yeah, no doubt. And it's a fun time for the Sun Belt Conference too. You know, I'm glad we're starting it now. We've kind of hit the mid-season point for college basketball. You know, right now is when
March Madness coming up.
Yeah, teams are starting to play each other for the second time in the regular season. In conference play, we've got some new conference members joining the belt in the fall of 2022. The good thing about us is that Jordan and I both have a similar knowledge as far as football goes. For basketball, I would say I've got a leg up on Jordan with knowledge in the league, but Jordan well surpasses my knowledge when it comes to Sunbelt baseball. So we're looking forward to taking this journey with y'all. As Jordan said, maybe our picks will hit, maybe they won't. We'll see what happens, but we're excited for it. So yeah, let's kick it off with the first game tipping off tomorrow, which is South Alabama at Georgia Southern. Georgia Southern is a home underdog at +2.5. This game's tipping off at 6 p.m. Central Time, the W.S. Hanner Fieldhouse in Statesboro, Georgia. Jordan, what you think about this one?
Yeah, this is sort of an interesting matchup to kind of start off. This is the second time these two teams are going to be squaring off against each other. First go around, South Alabama, Georgia Southern, they played at South Alabama, where South Alabama beat them 73-67, if I'm not mistaken. And you can sort of just tell, looking at the overall records here, why South Alabama is the favored, even though Georgia Southern is at home. Georgia Southern, they have been doing a little bit better as of late. They are coming off a victory against UL and as well as UL Monroe. But to me, this is kind of simple. I have South Alabama covering the 2.5. I think it'll be somewhat of a similar game the first go around, where Alabama will win by, I would say, about 5-6 points. So I have South Alabama here. Give me -2.5.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with you on this one. I'm also taking Georgia Southern minus the points. I think South Alabama is really starting to hit their stride in what they do best. They play a really fast-paced version of basketball. You know, you'll see them run up and down the court. I think that was something, Jordan and I are pretty knowledgeable on Louisiana Raging Cajun basketball, and we got to see South Alabama play in the Dome a couple weeks ago, and they're just a really fast team. They're led by Charles Manning, who's an LSU transfer. Richie Riley is their head coach. I wouldn't count out Georgia Southern slowing down the South Alabama offense. We saw that in the game that happened in Mobile. It was close, as you stated, the final score. What was it, 73-67?
Yes.
Yeah, we saw him kind of slow down the Jaguars, but I just think the talent level is different, and I think that's going to carry the Jaguars in this game over Georgia Southern, -2.5. Our next one is Troy at Georgia State. Georgia State's a home favorite at -6. Georgia State's on a 2-game winning streak in the Sun Belt right now. They picked up both road wins against the Louisiana schools, with a win over Louisiana and a win over UL Monroe this past week. It's a lot of points, and they're coming back home on that 2-game winning streak. Troy is a well-coached team under Scott Cross. I'm going to go ahead and take the points and take Troy in this matchup. Georgia State, it seems like they're starting to figure out how to get shots in the hoop. They've got talent for sure, and they've had some struggles this year hitting shots. Shot creation has not been a problem for them. However, the reason why I'm taking Troy +6 in this matchup is I feel Troy really needs a win coming off of some of their recent matchups. I think they're a solidly coached team. I think they're going to be able to scout Georgia State relatively well. I think they're going to come in ready to play. 6 points is a good bit for me, especially in an interconference matchup. So I'm going to go ahead and take Troy +6.
I like that pick. I'm going to do the same here. When you're looking at the game and you're looking at, the two records, you kind of are surprised that Georgia State is favored by 6 points, even though the game is at home. Georgia State coming in with a record of 8-9, Troy at 14-7. This is a pick that if you wanted to make somewhat of a little play, you could easily take Troy money line and potentially hit and get a little bit more money. I don't like that, just because what Jacob was saying, Georgia State is on a 2-game winning streak. They are starting to find their groove. And typically overall, Georgia State is sort of, the standard when it comes to Sun Belt basketball play. So they're going to figure it out. They're a team that could easily make a run come postseason in the Sun Belt tournament, which could very much happen. And it could very well, but I do think Troy has a little bit on them. Troy could easily win this game. I'm not surprised if they do, but I'm going to play it safe here. Give me Troy at +6.
Yeah, and just echoing off of what you said, Jordan, this is the first time we'll say it, but it definitely won't be the last time we say it. In a conference like the Sun Belt in basketball, where the only team out of our conference that's going to be representing us in the national tournament is the one who wins our conference tournament and gets that automatic bid, it doesn't matter as much what happens in the regular season, but how you play when you get to that conference tournament in March. And we've seen Georgia State historically, year after year, be at the peak of their play when they come to conference tournament time. And as we inch closer to March, right, we're at the beginning of February, we will see Georgia State start to get more and more into their groove going into that conference tournament. I don't think they're there yet. Both of us took Troy +6. So we'll see what happens.
And Georgia State could easily win the game.
Oh, yeah, for sure. For sure. I just don't think it'll be more than 6.
Exactly. I think this is going to be a game that comes down to the wire, could come down to free throws, and Georgia State could easily pull it out. But like I said, that's one reason why I'm not taking Troy money line. I am taking Troy and give me the points. So.
Yep. All right, next game. I'll let you take this one first. We got Louisiana at Little Rock. Little Rock is a home underdog at +5.5, tipping off at 6:30. What you got in this one, Jordan?
Yeah, so this is a game that somewhat you can say is a trap game for UL. UL is kind of off to a slow start here and actually been struggling as of late. I like Little Rock +5.5, to be honest with you. UL has has struggled in many areas this season, one of them being free throws and really trying to score the ball. They're not very high when it comes to that. So, you have Little Rock, who's also struggling, but the game is at home for them. I don't see necessarily Little Rock winning, but I do see them covering the spread. I just feel the way both teams are playing, these aren't the two best teams in the Sun Belt, which is tough to say being a UL fan, but both teams under 500. This game could really go either way. Anything can happen in this conference. So I like Little Rock plus 5.5. I see it being maybe a 73-70 game going to UL. But yeah, that's my take.
All right, this is the first pick we're going to differ on. I'm going with the Cajuns minus 5.5 in Arkansas. Historically, like in years past, the Cajuns have performed really well on the road in this Arkansas trip. Little Rock and Arkansas State play very different games of basketball, where you see Arkansas State play very fast tempo up and down the court, driving at you, taking quick shots. Little Rock is more methodical. They like to feed the post, right? Get the ball inside. They've been thankful over the past couple of years to have a talented big man on the inside, but that's just one key piece that they're missing this year. I think with the talent we have down low, that Louisiana has down low with Theo Akuba and Jordan Brown, I don't think that Little Rock will be able to hang. The Raging Cajuns are coming off a pretty bad stretch of games. I think this is a game where they'll bounce back. They lost to Georgia State last Thursday by 4 points. But as you said, they've been struggling at the free throw line. They went 6 for 13 at the free throw line. So left 7 points off the board and lost by 4. In the following game, they played Georgia Southern. They lost by 1 point, 66-65. They went 17 for 30 from the free throw line. So they left 14 points off the board and lost by 1. I think that that Louisiana coaching staff has really put free throw emphasis, or they probably should have, right? Thinking about it, free throws has been emphasized throughout this week of practice, I'm sure. I think that 5.5 point spread they'll be able to cover. So I'm taking Louisiana to cover minus 5.5. Next one, I'll let you take the lead on this one too, Jordan.
Yeah, so we got UL Monroe and Arkansas State tip off at 7:00. UL Monroe coming in with a record of 10-12, Arkansas State 14-5. This is again the second time these two teams are matching up. Arkansas State is the favored at home by -8. Earlier this year, UL Monroe and Arkansas State played, and Arkansas State did take that 90-83. That was at ULM. Give me Arkansas State -8 here. You talk about a very good basketball team this year that Arkansas State has produced. Just really solid, especially here in Sun Belt play. Looking at, let's see, the last few games here. Really just a good stretch. It looks like they've won 5 out of the last 6, 4 of the last 5, if I'm looking at that correctly. So just sort of a hot team. I don't see much from ULM. They typically struggle with scoring the ball. Looks like they're averaging less than 70 points a game compared to Arkansas State, who's averaging over 76. So I like Arkansas State -8 here. I can kind of see it being a somewhat of a blowout. Give me anywhere from 12 to 20 point of a victory for Arkansas State.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with you on this one. I think ULM hangs in there at the beginning of the game. I can see them being defensively solid. And I think Arkansas State has been shaky shooting wise at some points, right? Maybe going too fast than what's needed in a game. I think ULM hangs in there in the first half, but then Arkansas State takes the game in the second. I think just with that fast-paced style of play, they've got more gas to them. I think they'll just outlast the Warhawks and build on that lead. I think it's going to be a chipping away sort of thing. They'll go on a run in the second half and just hold on to a lead to finish out the game. I don't think this one goes to free throws or anything, kind of like what you said, could possibly be a blowout. But I agree with you. Arkansas State is playing some good basketball right now. I don't think ULM has the gas at the moment to hang with them, especially with it being a home game. Arkansas State usually brings a good crowd. Take Bellato's Red Wolves to cover the 8-point spread. The next one, Coastal Carolina at UT Arlington, has been canceled. For those of you who have not heard, according to WMBF, which is a news station out of Arlington, Texas, or out of Arlington, Texas, the article, sorry about that, it's been canceled because of a forecast of freezing rain, ice, and snow that's going to impact the Dallas and Arlington area. I thought this was going to be a pretty good game. I thought it was going to be a good test to see where these teams are. You know, it's a West Division team versus an East Division team, and a lot of times it's hard to get a tell on how these teams are performing compared to a division rival. I think straight up, without knowing a spread, I would have taken the UT Arlington Mavericks in this one, just because the home game, starting to figure out how they can play again with their star scorer, Azori. So I would have taken them, but this game's canceled. You have any words on this?
Yeah, I would have been curious to see the lines come out for this one. I don't know if they had come out and we just missed them. But this would have been a very interesting matchup. I would have liked to see who Vegas would have chosen here. I can see UTA maybe being a 1 or 2 point favorite just because it's at home. They are playing a little bit better basketball. But to be honest, if I was just choosing straight up, I would have chosen Coastal here if the money was worth it. So if, say, Coastal was a little bit of an underdog, I probably would have chosen them. But who knows? We won't know. The game is canceled. Hopefully they can reschedule it and we can see these two play.
All right, and the last game that we're covering tonight is App State at Texas State. Jordan, what you think about this one?
Yeah, you talk about two of the hottest teams in the Sun Belt right now. You have App State, who is on a 6-game winning streak in Sun Belt play, and you have Texas State, who has won 5 of their last 6 games as well. So two of the hottest teams in the conference right now. You got Texas State at -4 at home, so that's a big advantage. But this is my upset pick of the week, Jacob. I'm going to go App State money line. They're on a win streak. They're on a hot streak. And I think that continues going into San Marcos. So give me App State money line. I just love the way they're playing right now. This is, as some of you may or may not know, this is our defending Sun Belt champion. And App State has really become a very solid team in the conference over the last year or so. So give me App State money line if you're looking to get a little bit of an edge when it comes to betting here. My bet is going towards App State. So give me the Mountaineers.
All right. I am going to differ on this one. I agree with you on a lot of the things you said about App State. I think they're a solid basketball team. This matchup is facing last year's conference tournament champion in App State versus last year's regular season champion in Texas State. I'm taking Texas State minus the points. I think they play solid basketball when it comes to fundamentals. You see Harrell, their guard, who's one of their leading scorers, dribble the ball a lot. He's a playmaker. He's able to create his own shot. But for the most part, Texas State has prided themselves on using the majority of the shot clock. You'll see them pass the ball a lot, use a lot of cuts and screens, and take shots late in the shot clock. They love utilizing the time, waiting for the best shot opportunity to open up. App State is our conference leader right now, right? They're at the top of our conference. They're 6-2 in conference play, right, Jordan? Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yes.
But with Texas State hosting this game, you can throw out some other weird examples. App State had to travel far. It's a different time zone. They may be shaken up on the road. Texas State usually has a good crowd, but I think at 4 points with the talent that Texas State has, their ability has been shown in regular season play to be able to take care of opponents when at home. I'm going to go ahead and take the Bobcats in this one. Contrary to that, I think App State would take them in a tournament game. I have a lot of faith in their head coach, Kern. But in this game, in this matchup in San Marcos, I'm going to take the Bobcats -4.
Yeah, this if I had to choose a game that would kind of be the highlight of this week, it would be this
game of the week.
Yeah, the game of the week. And just so the viewers don't get confused, App State is currently 8-2.
8-2.
In Sun Belt play, and they are leading the conference. Texas State is 4-3, and that's just another reason why I like App State in this game. They like I said, they've won 6 in a row, and they have done very well in Sun Belt play. And if you're going to choose a game where you want the underdog, I feel like this one is the one. So again, very, very good games this week. It's unfortunate we're going to be losing one of them to weather, but nevertheless, we still have a very good lineup this week, and we hope we hit them. It sounds like for the most part we agree on mostly everything. So it's going to be fun to watch for sure, and I'm excited to see how it plays out.
Yeah. So we thank y'all for joining us tonight, hearing about our picks in the Sun Belt. Pretty much how our posting schedule is going to work is every Wednesday night, we're going to do a short pick podcast posted on YouTube that night ahead of Thursday's matchups. On Friday, we're going to meet, see how our picks went, see who gets the upper hand and the bragging rights going into Saturday's games. We'll pick Saturday's games on Friday night. So we hope to have 2 videos a week picking these Sun Belt basketball games. Feel free to subscribe below, leave a comment, tell us what your picks are. We love interacting. Jordan and I will respond to all comments that are left. If you think you've got better picks than us, you may be right.
Probably so.
So leave your picks down. We'll follow along with you as well, and we'll see what happens. But thanks for joining us, Jordan. I'll let you sign us off, man.
Yep, guys. Hopefully next time we meet, we'll bat over 500 in baseball terms. Hopefully we get a good amount of them right. But can't wait to see you guys, and looking forward to tomorrow night and watching some games. I'm definitely going to be getting on my mobile app and putting these in. So can't wait.
All right. See y'all.
Bye.